walk out of that fight with like 10% health and all my cooldowns popped. So I was like, I must be doing something wrong. I thought I was really good with my gear for my level, but and even my staff is 779. So I was like, gear is not the issue. I thought it was my play, but maybe we're just not meant to come out of a fight like that without a healer. Deal with this lady in Helheim. I think out of all the leveling, I don't like Helheim very much. It feels like all these little cinematics and stuff really slow me down.
Ah, my loyal hero.
Yes, yes. RP.
You must not languish here. The Aegis cannot fall into enemy hands. The future of the Horde depends on you and me. Find your way back to Stormheim. I will be waiting.
Remember our bond.
Sounds good. I do not belong here. I want to leave. Let me leave. Making me kneel? Come on.
Unworthy! You will kneel before addressing the great
my
Hellion.
loyal hero.
Alright.
You
Have
must
fun
not
with my
languish here.
pet outsider.
The Aegis
I will
cannot fall
enjoy
into
watching
enemy
him
hands.
break.
Overlapping RP.
The future of the Horde depends on you and me.
Alright, let's
Find
get
your way
out of
back to
here.
Stormheim. I will be waiting.
So for my choppy frame rate, you said if I reduce my resolution, should I bring it down like 1270 by some odd or whatever, or
What has she done?
like what do you recommend that I change? In order to get it the way it is right now, like you should have seen it before, that upload rate is what I had to change before. But on my stream settings here, encoding, broadcast settings, video, my max bit rate is 3500. I got that from doing a speed test. Broadcast settings. Right now I'm running 1920 by 1080 and I have no resolution downscale. Maybe if I downscale it to 1.25. I don't know if I can do, yeah. It says it's not going to apply until next time I start streaming. So I'll try that. I'll downscale it a little bit next time I stream and then compare this video with the next one. Not sure about tech specs, but it does seem to be causing problems at the current setting. Maybe drop to 720p. Okay, let me see. $720. Oh, okay. I'll definitely do that. I'm gonna try that for the next time. I'm gonna apply it. I could restart it right now. You're like my first viewer in like ages, so I don't know if I want to take the stream down just yet. But definitely like a little bit later whenever I get a chance, I'm gonna restart the stream with those specs. I appreciate it, man. I appreciate the advice. Because I'm just starting out. I got my YouTube channel I upload all my videos to, and I was hoping to drive traffic from at least YouTube over to the stream when I play. I'm normally on in the mornings, which is kind of like off for most players my age and in like my guild and stuff like that. Most people hop on later on in the day. My idea for this stream is kind of like for people at work or school that just want to pop open their phone and kind of live vicariously through me until they get off work or out of school. Got nothing to do, just happy to see a fellow brewmaster. Oh, nice, man. Hell yeah. Yeah, Brewmaster is just one of my many tunes. I got one of everything. The only thing I don't have leveled is right now my hunter is sitting at 90 and my mage is at 90. Everything else, priest, demon hunter, rogue, warrior, and on, like all the other classes, I have 100 up. So I'm pretty experienced with just tanking in general and healing and DPSing on like all the classes. I like playing all the different specs. I used to be semi-hardcore raider. I would always either be an off tank or a healer in most raids that I would join. That was how I got into like the good guilds. Was I'd join as a healer or a tank or something like that and get my raid experience back in Wrath and even Cataclysm. Haha, both 2-button DPS classes, yeah. I enjoy something a little bit more complex than that. Like the Brewmaster here, like that's what's so fun about him is like it's not just immediately forthcoming how to play it. You gotta kind of continue playing it, and then as you level, you're like, oh, I just figured out this new thing about the class. And I'm sitting there at 110 on my paladin, still trying to figure out like ret DPS and heals and still learning new things, but still like, you know, a good enough player along the way. I always feel bad whenever I see another like rep pally hop in the group and he's pushing like 50k, 60k DPS. I'm like, ah, you know, I can kind of relate. I feel like that on a couple classes. Usually it's like some magic talent that you need to pick up that makes all the difference. With ret DPS, it was that Divine Hammer. I realized that that AoE little talent is a game changer in heroics and stuff. There's a lot of style on how to play the Brewmaster. Yeah, that's true. Like, you can be tanky by doing damage as a Brewmaster, it seems. And like the Breath of Fire, they have different ways you can spec out your staff into reducing the damage you take. Like with Hot Blooded here, periodic burn effects also reduce the damage you take. And that's pretty nice. You can also go into the like damage reduction, avoidance and mitigation, or self heals. Like there's a lot of different ways you can do it. I'm always more of a mitigator. I like to just not have to worry about any of the damage, and then I like the active mitigation playstyle the Brewmaster offers, where it's not just like self heals and your normal rotation and it's all done for you. Here's the guy I was waiting for. I really like the Invoke Neo Zao Black Ox. This guy's cool. It's nice having the little companion pop out and taunt everything off of you. I don't think it's going to be super viable for dungeons though, because of how he punts. He does his little stun punt everywhere, and I could see melee getting really pissed off at that. But if I felt like cheesing a little bit, just pissing off my group a little bit, or if maybe I just have casters and pull out the Neo Zao and take these guys. There are about 3 different schools of thought on how to play Brewmaster. Oh, really? Yeah, I haven't seen many monks. That's kind of the reason why I started playing. Is I only seen like maybe 1 or 2 monks in battlegrounds, and that was it. All throughout dungeons and stuff, you hardly see them. And a healer, like, forget it. You don't see any monk healers like around at all. At least on my server or battle group. It seems like they're the minority of the population that plays right now. Alright, we're gonna go with the 37% upgrade here. And up our item level a bit. Rare upgrade, yeah! That turned into a 50% up from a 37. Very cool. I'm getting a lot of rare upgrades in this zone. The first couple of zones I went through, I wasn't getting crap for rare upgrades. The go-to artifact skill is OD or Obstinate Determination in the middle top left. Middle top left. Obstinate Determination. Gift of the Ox summons an additional healing sphere when your health drops below 35%. Oh, okay. You know, that Icy Veins or Noxic guide, one of the two, was actually saying you don't want to expel harm or even pick up those healing spears unless you got 3 out. They say whenever you drop below 50% and you have 3 of those out is when you want to use expel harm or go pick those orbs up. And the whole time I've been playing, like, I see maybe 1 or 2 of them, and that's it. Like, I don't ever get to a point to where I see 3. I just figured it was because I wasn't in dungeons, but that obstinate determination probably a huge factor or reason why I don't see any of it. That makes a lot of sense too, like specking into that. It's just a 1-point talent too, so that'd be pretty easy to pick up. Going through 1% crit from dodging or healing from Gift of the Ox. You gain 1% chance, and crits are huge too. I think I'm heading the wrong direction here. See, I went into the potent kick, increasing the duration of my brew by 1.5 and maximum health increase. Maybe I should be beelining it for the Dragon Fire brew. I was heading for Brew Stash. Activating Purifying Brew or Iron Skin Brew increases my dodge. It's like I was saying earlier, I'm a mitigator, like I like to not worry about damage. But then at the same time I figured too, while I was going that direction, that eventually I'm going to want to fill this whole tree out anyways. Fortification did not look fun for me at all. Activating Fortifying Brew grants 25% dodge for 21 seconds. It's a really huge kind of thing, like it seems like it would be really awesome to get, but I was looking at Fortifying Brew and that's a 7-minute cooldown. Like, I never use Fortifying Brew just because it's such a big cooldown.
You are clever, outsider.
He said obstinate determination in the middle top left is what makes it to where you almost never die. And you'll probably never die just questing. I've died twice, 2 or 3 times, and that was just me biting off more than I could chew and not understanding like my cooldowns and stuff, I guess. But you're right. I mean, I probably should be heading that way too, because they say that Gift of the Ox is reliant on your haste, and how often those brews pop or those orbs pop is dependent on how much haste you have. And I'm getting to about where I want to be with haste. So I would probably see those often enough for that to be very useful. He says, nah, Bronlock said, nah, you do, but obstinate determination will increase toughness if start going bad in the dungeon.
Do not think
Okay.
you are close to winning, unworthy one.
Well, I'm still early enough to where it's not too expensive. It would cost me 425 artifact power to respec. So I may take you up on that advice there and just go straight into that. Because this is also being buffed by this, Gift of the Student. An additional healing sphere. I may do that. So you go that direction and then pick up Dragonfire Brew shortly after that? Is that what is that the idea, or? I want to get out of Helheim. Give me free. Work complete. Alright. Almost done. This looks like the last bit of dude here. And there's a rare over there. Is that I think a jellyfish, I think?
How resourceful you
Yeah,
are.
yeah.
You might make a word.
Soul Thirst River. I'm coming for you, buddy. Yeah, it's a jellyfish. Come on, jellyfish. Oh, this thing's huge. Where's my ox? Come out, ox. Fortifying Brew is a brew, so its 7-minute cooldown will drop to about 3.5 to 4 minutes, with the cooldown's almost never full at 7. Holy shit. You know what?